Yay! Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Montero from the Monterey Studios. Today I don't come happy, but I come mourning. I'm not mourning the death of our oppressor. And by our oppressor, I mean I am not here to mourn the death of Queen Elizabeth. I can't mourn the death of the person or the death of a leader who came and oppressed our own people and took what was light-free ours. She did not only took what was light-free ours, but she also murdered our own people. What do I mean by that? By that, I want you not to forget our own bitter truth. My top list goes with name number 1, our hero, our son, our brother, our father, our leader, our freedom fighter, Dedan Kimathi Washuri. He fought for his own country with everything and anything that was next to him. Without forgetting Sir Koitalel Arap Samoei. He never lived up to 96 years. I want you to brainstorm and imagine if these leaders made it to 96 years. It means if they just died recent, or they were just here to advise our young upcoming leaders. I can't forget to mention that the remain of Dedan Kimathi up to date has never been found. It is so bitter and shameful to the so-called lawyer's family that up to date they have kept in London the skull of Koitalel Arap Samoei, and it has been displayed. How dare you take our own forefather and display in your own museum in London? How dare you? Africans, Malema is very right. You cannot afford to mourn the death of Queen Elizabeth. With me, when I was going through my Twitter, I've come across a video where Queen Elizabeth used to feed Africans like chicken. She used to take food out of her hand and then throw it to people. You could see people running and correcting because of the state of oppression that they were in. They were in hunger in their own country, and she fed them like chicken. We cannot forget that. That will never go unnoticed. Okay? I want to record that Mama Ngina is almost age mates with Queen Elizabeth. And I want to call them the African oppressors, because they're the people who took over power. They collaborated with these people in order for our country and our leaders to be totally oppressed, to be silenced. And they silenced you no matter what, with death or whatever it took them. British soldiers in Kenya, led by Minats Hagen, killed Koitalel by chopping off his head, where it has been kept in museum for 117 years. Should it be brought back home? Of course, yes. Will we forget? No. These are the things we want to change, and change them right away. We want to believe that we have, our countries are in the light hands of great leaders that will never allow this to happen. This is not at all, this is not news, this is not content. This is our own history that we need to go back to and understand where you're coming from and where we're heading. Who to put in power, who to avoid. Okay? General Mathenge, Mekatilili wa Menza. Do you know you just said the Syokimau estate. Do you know who was behind the Syokimau? Who was named Syokimau? These were the people who were killed, tortured by the so-called Queen Elizabeth. I want to thank all Kenyans for flagging and trending the high flag of the Mau Mau people and our leaders who were involved in fighting for our country. Simple question to throw back to you. Why would you praise the oppressor? Why? Because they are wealthy? Today's community, people have been taught to praise and worship money. That will buy out your soul, your land, your people, your ancestors. And that's why today I choose to celebrate the leaders and our forefathers who fought hard, who resisted the oppressors. The untold story of our own people can never and will not be forgotten. Queen Elizabeth's death, on the other hand, is a tragic reminder of all the losses of Africa had to go through. From South Africa all around to the Horn of Africa. The oppression was felt, the pain was unbearable, and the losses will never, ever be replaced. Now, as you yap around and mourn the Queen, also want you to take your 5 minutes and research about the people from your own country, that if today they were here, where do you think Africa would be? Do you think we're not brilliant? Do you think we're not wealthy? Do you think we don't have the capacity to do what the so-called loyal family did in terms of progress? We have it all, but we allowed them to come and control our own land, kill our own leaders. What did we gain in return? Pathetic system that oppressed our own leaders, our own children. While you're busy learning about naming grasshoppers, some international schools attended by leaders, the oppressors' children, they are busy learning about progress and how to come up with great innovative ideas that are turned into reality. It is high time we start digging back to our history. It should never be forgotten, it should never be ignored. Stop mourning the oppressor. Stop mourning the oppressor. It is not a laughing matter. It is like pouring acid in a fresh wound. Nothing has been forgotten. Nothing has healed. This is yours, Michael Montero from the Monteville studio, speaking nothing but the truth of our ancestors' history. Thank you.